Hello, welcome Magic lovers. This week's deck I have Vial Smasher the Fierce, the old partner card that used to dominate the format along with Crom. No longer technically has partner text written on it because you can only have one commander. So I still thought it's an interesting card. It's very cool, and you lose blue, which is a huge loss. And you lose the extra partner, so the potential to do 9 damage with Crom by playing him with Vial Smasher in play is huge. But you still get to keep things like Cut to Ribbons. There's still a few Del cards like Tombstalker and Gurmag Angler and Murderous Cut. And then I put a shell of things that do damage to your opponent, and hasty creatures and other things like that. Some disruption. Anka Mishra, obviously, pretty good in this one. Tango Wire to disrupt their mana. Sulfuric Vortex, obviously very good. You have a big potential to do more damage to your opponent than you'll take yourself from the Sulfuric Vortex. Molten Rain to disrupt their lands, Avalanche Rider, those kind of things. Blood Moon, just because it's great. And other things like that. And then some discard because you got black. You're not just a mono red. Beatdown deck, more like a mid-rangey beatdown and disrupt kind of deck. So we'll see how it goes. Alright, I got a match. I am on the play. And I'm missing... Yeah, I got to mulligan this. I don't have any red land. That's passable, I guess. We'll go ahead and keep it. We're playing against Tatyova. I will keep a Fatal Push. And Badlands go. We got Forest and no Elf. I'm gonna play the Pillar. Does cause me to take damage from my Vial Smasher, but hopefully I can do more damage to my opponent. Alright, we got 2 Forest. Opponent complaining about the redo of the rules. I don't remember putting Necropotence in my deck. Magic Online was doing this weird thing where I'd put cards... I really put Duress in my deck, and I went to go put Thoughtseize in my deck, and it already was. And I was going alphabetical. So, it was just magic... It was just putting cards in my deck. Do I want Necropotence, or do I want... I mean, it's hard not to want Necropotence, isn't it? Take some damage. I guess I could have done 3 damage with the Necropotence. But drawing a bunch of cards. Oh, I lose my draw. I always forget about that. Oh well, we're drawing 5 cards. I'll discard 1. Swamp, I guess. I don't know why I needed to add that to the stack. Necropotence also turns off Delve. And Grim Lamavancer. I'm taking a lot of damage here, aren't I? I'm still going to take 2 damage to... I swear I didn't put Necropotence in my deck. What's this? Whenever a land enters the battlefield. Alright, Chandra's Phoenix, Stranglehold. Alright, they're looking at my hand. I maybe should have cut... I don't know. Are those the ribbons too? Necropotence shouldn't be in this deck. I take too much life loss as it is. Alright. Let's go ahead and Murder's Cut this thing for full mana cost, doing 5 damage and prowessing. Alright, so we're starting to balance the scales. I don't know if I draw 2 more cards. Yeah. It's hard not to. Rabble Master is pretty good. Except for the damage it does to me. Fencer's Journal. Oh, that's not good. Probably could audio to all of this stuff. Oh, hey. Battle Smasher's a goblin. Opponent's at 10 life. They gain 4. Tatyova is not particularly good here in the face of the cut. Let's go ahead and cut her down. Maybe I should have played Chandra's Phoenix first. Oh, I can't play Chandra's Phoenix. Thwart. Alright. That sucks. It sucks a lot. I'm still going for it. Opponent's got 7 cards in hand. They gain a lot of life. Go down to 2. Alright. They picked up 2 islands. And they decided not to block neither the Vial Smasher nor the Rabble Master. Alright, Shade, now let's... Chandra's Phoenix. Doing just a ton of damage to myself. And I'm definitely not gonna... see if this is good enough. Yep, okay. So I don't know what in the world, I know it's not my mouse because I just got a brand new mouse, but Dagger Drone Imp, I definitely would never put this card in any deck ever. And it made it into the deck somehow, and we've got the Necropotence. Liliana of the Last Hope added itself, but I went to go add that card and it was already in the deck, so I'm not mad about that one. Just checking over the rest of the deck. I don't know why Magic Online did this today, but alright, it looks like everything else is pretty more normal. And I'm going to need 2 replacement cards. I definitely don't want Necropotence in the deck. Let's find some replacement cards. Oh, well, it's actually easy enough. I've only got 36 lands in the deck. And I do have 6 mana spells and stuff like that. And it's a pretty land-hungry deck, I think. So we'll go ahead and do it. Just add 2 lands. Alright, I got another match. I am on the draw. His hand looks pretty keepable. Playing against Ayli, Eternal Pilgrim. So it's a 2/3. I can revoke it. I don't have another land to play Zozu. There's Ayli. Do I want to Dreadbore it? Do I want... Let's, Pillar to start doing some damage. I'm going to take some myself, but it's fine, and then we can Vial Smasher, and then we can start doing more damage with these other cards in my hand. Not being able to play Zozu on 3 is a pretty... It sucks a bit. Because you want to stop them before they get a bunch of lands in play. Alright, Blind Obedience. Alright. I do have a few haste creatures. So that's a little bit unfortunate. And they can use the Extort to gain some life. Alright, we'll just go ahead and smash up some vials. Alright, opponent looks like they're getting in with Ayli. Not surprising. And Vial Smasher's getting Path to Exiled, which is unfortunate. And they're extorting. So I'm taking a lot of life loss, and my opponent is avoiding it. So we'll go ahead and Mountain. I'd rather have the Vial Smasher in play when I play a Fulminator Mage. Starting to question this Pyrostatic Pillar. But I can at least block with a turn and then... Oh, I can't block. Shoot. I'm gonna just kill a land. Puts a card in my graveyard. Opponent plays Elspeth, Knight Errant. I think I'm pretty far behind here. It's my own Pyrostatic Pillar that's going to kill me. Although I can just kill Elspeth. Or revoke it as well. But they can just kill the Revoker, I think. Alright, we got a land. Let's kill that thing. about the Pyrostatic Pillar because my deck has so many cheap spells. Opponent is way ahead on mana there, or on life. Alright, we got another Planeswalker, Johnny Steadfast. I might really be able to get out of this if I hadn't played the Pyrostatic Pillar. Lifelink? Oh man, I am toast. Can't play anything through this pillar. I mean, I can go for the throat, Ayli. It's just the pillar, man. Let's just do a ton of damage to ourselves. Johnny doesn't do anything without a creature, so do I? Let's attack. Alright, and I'm gonna Culligan's Command. Doing more damage to myself. It's not a good position. Alright, opponent takes a damage for playing a land. I'm in a lot of trouble here. Well, they take two... Yeah, the damage is insignificant to them. It's pretty significant to me, being at 7 life and all. Alright, there's Ayli. And they're even going to extort. I'd imagine. No? Yep. Alright, that doesn't... I guess that's until the end of turn, so yeah, it goes away. So I can throw away a creature. Well, I can just kill a land. I don't know if I take damage from Vial Smasher because of the commander penalty. I think I do. In which case I'm forced to block with Zozu, and then I die probably. It's only +1/+1. It just doesn't... Yeah, okay. That makes sense. Yeah, I thought I did. Whatever. I don't see... Gurmag Angler isn't going to do that much without Vial Smasher in play. I have to block, otherwise I die to an Extort trigger. Alright, that makes Vial Smasher cost, or Angler costs 2. So now I can actually draw a land and I can play Avalanche Riders and Angler. Although Avalanche Riders doesn't have haste because of the stupid blind obedience. Alright. Alright, I'm done. I died to my own pyrostatic pillar. Alright, I got another match. I am on the play. I'm missing black mana. I have a Ruination. Playing against Danitha, so Ruination probably. Mono white commander. I'm gonna look at this. Alright, this looks okay. I think I'd rather have some business. First strike, lifelink, vigilance, or an equipment spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. Alright, so I don't have a way to kill her. But they might be looking to play equipments. It's kind of like SRAM, but it doesn't draw cards. It just... I'm guessing they Voltron it. Spellshaper's Gift. What are they getting? Alright, they got a Sword of the Animist. So, what do we draw? We draw a Tangle Wire. Okay. Potential to slow my opponent down. Once I get Vial Smasher into play, I can play the Tangle Wire. Alright, we got a Hero of Iroas. This thing costs 2 and 2, so they can't play and equip it next turn. So I'm free to go ahead and smash some vials. One huge downside of Vial Smasher not having partner anymore. You can't play blue with it, which means you can't keep a Force of Will and do 5 damage when your opponent tries to destroy Vial Smasher. Alright, there's the Sword of Animist. And a Mother of Runes, which I'd like to not have to deal with. Like a removal spell. I've got a bunch of them. Yeah, I don't have an attack there. I don't know what they were thinking about. Tangle Wire taps down 4 things. I don't think they double block. Yeah, I didn't think so. So I'm going to Tangle Wire. Yeah, I can smash the Smithereens later. I don't think they have a way to... I only have to tap 3 things. I can tap Vial Smasher. I guess they can technically tap their Sword of the Animist. Yeah, that's an easy choice. And probably not their Mother of Runes, which probably means 2 lands in the hero. Alright, they've selected Mom and 2 lands. Oh, okay. Yep, they can't actually equip it. That's too bad. And I don't need to tap Vial Smasher. Oh well, they spent 4 mana to get a land. We want this one first and then fading. Yeah, that's right. Okay, those. It's an instant. Is there a reason to wait? I don't know, they could have something. Let's go ahead and smash. Looks like they're selecting 2 lands in Mother of Runes. I even went up on land count. I don't know why missing land drops is unfortunate. Open the armory. And they got ethereal armor. That makes that pretty big, but I'm not threatened by return damage. Yeah, I mean that. My opponent's at 18, I'm at 27. They're better leaving it back, I think, but at the same time. So we want this one first, then the fading. Alright, there's a land. 4 cards in hand, so Rakdos returned for 4 doesn't do a lot. I don't think we're ever going to hit. I could give this thing fear, but I might as well just slow down my opponent's mana. I don't think we're really going to hit a non-basic there. Opponent tapped Mother Runes and a Plains. 4 mana for Heliod. Not active, but gives the opponent Vigilance. Same thing. This time we just tap down the Tangle Wire. Chandra is live. She goes up to 5 and then my opponent swings at her. Or I eat their hand and do 6 damage to them. Oh, way more than 6 because it does damage as well. Let's eat their hand. And we can Chandra later. So 10 damage. So now Chandra is lethal if Vial Smasher sits around. And they just lost their hand. There we go. So Avacyn, Umbra Mystic, auras, attached permanents you control have turn, and Dark Steel Plate. They still have to tap one thing down. Looks like it's a Plains. And we got a Burnish Heart for my opponent. They can swing for 5. It's pretty free, but pretty sure they're just dead to this Chandra here. And there's 5. Rakdos return ended up being really, really good. And then I take 5 damage. And Burnish Cart was their draw for the turn, so that's all they... definitely still want to click it the right way. I don't want to have to tap. I mean, I guess if I tap a Tangle Wire, it's not a big deal, but... Murderous Cut. We'll just go ahead and cast a big Chandra and do 6 damage to my opponent. There we go. Alright, got a match. I'm on the draw. Playing against Azami, Lady of Scrolls. It's greedy. I'm going to keep it. Lightning Bolt kills a zombie. Goblin Rabble Master pressures her. Ooh, Mana Vault's not great. Doesn't help with the 3 blue requirement, at least. Culligan's Command is a card. So I'm told. I wonder if I wait until after Vial Smasher. I wonder if there should be some Moxen or something like that. Let's seems greedy. This deck is land heavy, hungry. Another land. Let's see if they go straight for Azami. This thing taps for 3. We do have the lightning bolt to answer it. I'm going to go ahead and just play this Smasher out. Probably getting countered. But then it's not, you know, Vial Smasher or Rabble Master. That's fine. Doesn't really worry me. Now I have to discard a card, but I've got a ton of lands. Alright, opponent plays Azami with the Mana Vault. Draws a card. Plays a Chromox. With Unsubstantiate. So it looks like it's a Lightning Bolt getting countered, followed by a Kolaghan's Command. Alright, the bolt actually resolved. We'll go ahead and Vial Smasher. Mana Leak. Okay, that's what they had. Well, again, don't really care about Vial Smasher all that much. It's good. It's great. But I think Rabble Master, if it sits on the board for a while, will pressure them more. I might be wrong there. Alright, they're paying... Oh, that's pretty good for me. I guess it's time to... I don't know. Guess we can just abrade. If this doesn't go through, then we get to cast the Rabble Master, and we get to Kolaghan's Command, Azami, and an artifact, which is what I'm looking to do. Okay, they tapped it for 3. I'm going to do the weird thing. I'm going to go to... and then play that. I don't know what they could have had. Yeah, they have a counterspell? Jeez, okay. That's fine. They have to spend all their mana to replay Azami, and that includes drawing a land. They're down to 3 cards in hand. Eventually, I'm going to wear them down. Alright, there's Azami. Hopefully no Force of Wills or anything like that. Alright, land is alright. Destroy target artifact. Kolaghan command. It's 2 damage to any target. And drawing a card. And they're a long way from ever casting Azami again. And I got an expedition map. Azami costs 9 though. Well, Tango Wire, not great here. Maybe in a couple turns. We'll go ahead and cast Vial Smasher. Alright, Vial Smasher resolves. Maybe now the Tangled Wire could slow my opponent down quite a bit. Get an Ancient Tomb here. Still a ways, I think. Yeah. Oh, I guess they got enough, don't they? It's going to take a lot of work, though. Alright. There's Azami. So they can draw an extra card per turn. Until they get some extra wizards. I'm out of removal. Let's Thunderbreak. Alright, they're drawing a card. Okay. Maybe I should have kept up black mana. I don't get 3 damage for this. I don't know if it's good enough, really. It slows them down. Yeah. Stop any Paradox Engine nonsense or something like that, hopefully. They've decided to tap 4 islands down. Not surprising. Drawing a card with Azami. Alright, got a Merchant Scroll. And opponent got Whir of Invention, which they can't cast. And I get a pick out of their hand, hopefully. Put these in the correct order. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Not a land. Alright, Soul Ring. Kind of counts as a land. Swing first. We've got an answer to Vial Smasher. I might lose 1 damage, but not going to worry about it. Hopefully there's no counter that gets this. And they hit Mana Drain. Oh, jeez. This deck. I hate these decks that just goldfish for like 5 minutes trying to set up a win. I don't think I can beat it either. Alright, opponent tapping Azami on upkeep. It's got to be an untapped creature though, so they can't tap Azami once it's already tapped. Alright, opponent taps 3 islands and then gets the 1 mana. 1, 2, 3. That's just enough to get a Paradox Engine, but not cast any spells afterwards. So maybe if I draw removal for Azami, I can stop the combo. Alright, they're using Muddle the Mixture. And they've got a Gilded Drake. So I guess they can trade for my Thunderbreak Regent or for Vial Smasher. They take damage from the Thunderbreak Regent if they do that. Alright. There's the Gilded Drake. Not sure what they pick. I think they have to take the Thunderbreak Regent. Otherwise, they take 7 damage in the air. Alright, they've decided to take the Thunderbreak Regent. So they take 3 damage from that. And it's tapped. So that's not too bad. And they got Jace the Mind Sculptor. They're going to bounce the Gilded Drake. Ugh. Where's a homeward path when you need it? Not in my deck is the answer. Oh, returning the Vial Smasher. Okay. Can I get some removal for this Azami? Let's tap these correctly. 1, 2. Okay. That's not removal. Unfortunately, I don't think I can afford not to attack the Jace. I have drawn so many lands. Like, I might actually be in a good position if I hadn't just drawn so many lands. I mean, I guess we'll keep the Soul Ring in our hands. Might do 1 damage next turn. But I think we're dead to the Paradox Engine. At least the Tangle Wire has slowed them down. And if I had drawn something in the last 3 turns, I might have been alright. Alright, once again, they're drawing on their upkeep. And they've tapped Ancient Tomb and an island. They played a land, so they have enough mana to Word of Invention for Paradox Engine and cast a 1 mana spell. Which might be enough. Probably not. I don't know. Is this the Whir? Looks like it. No, they untapped. I doubt they're going to attack with a Thunderbreak Regent. That doesn't seem like a good strategy. Alright, it's a Word of Invention for 3. At least it's out of their hand. Vidalcan Shackles, jeez. Oh. I want to have my own creatures. Yeah, I guess they don't need to. I mean, they might actually want to do it now, yeah. Alright, let's tap it correctly. I should maybe have put a Homeward Path in my deck. I don't know if I would have drawn it. Alright, that... I just don't want to sit through this. This is going to take forever. I have none of the pieces required to win, so I'm gonna concede. And just draw a card, I guess. Mag the Moon, terminate. I realized after doing that I could have maybe drawn artifact removal, but none of these are artifact removal. So, oh well. I would have in 2 turns drawn a terminate to deal with Azami, but it probably would have been countered. Alright, got another game. I'm on the draw. Missing black mana. Can't cast any spells in my hand. I'm gonna mulligan. Okay. Put a land to the bottom. Playing against Nin the Pain Artist. Is that a GLA? This is going to be short with a Smasher. Okay. We'll see. It's kind of a... It's a bit of a long game Smasher deck. Decided against the 2/2 Goblin. Can't think of its name for some reason. Attacks each combat if able. Alright. It's a strange card. So I'll probably Vial Smasher before reading the bones. There's Nin. I kind of don't want my opponent drawing all those cards, but I don't have any answers to Nin right now. Although, other than the Tangle Wire, which Tangle Wiring when your opponent has a better board than you do isn't exactly where you want to be. So let's Vial Smasher. Can't really afford to block the Prowess if my opponent leaves any untapped mana. That's fine. Raptor. Alright. Oh wow, that's really good. Magus the Moon does nothing. Let's read the bones. Bottom. And do I Swift Spear? To Swift Spear or not to Swift Spear? That is the question. I don't think it... yeah, we'll play it. Should I leave up the blocker? If I call it bluff, they can... I don't... Yeah, I'm leaving up the blocker. I want to be able to Doomfall to take apart one of these pieces. If they need 3 mana... Right, they're going straight for it. I guess it didn't end up mattering. I should have probably attacked. Because they did it pre-combat. That makes sense. I don't really want to Doomfall these garbage cards. I mean, I just take that guy, that's it. I could take a card from their hand. I don't really want to Tango Wire a turn away from... I guess I can Ruination and get in. I don't think I'm going to get much more value than that. I doubt they're going to block. They could, but it seems better to just ping all my creatures. Needletooth Raptor, really interesting in a Nim deck. Alright, they're just going straight for it again. Hopefully I don't have a counterspell up to deal with this giant Inferno Titan. I guess I can just Abrade. They still might have a counterspell. What do I Abrade? The Needle? Then Doomfall something else? No Guts, no Glory. Please don't have a counter. Alright, it resolves. Let's deal with those two things. They do 5 damage to Inferno Titan, but it doesn't really matter. They don't have any red up to do the rest of the damage. Guess I could have held the Ruination. Oh well. Alright, we got other blue creatures. You put a red or blue creature from your hand onto the battlefield. Alright. Definitely blocking that. Do I just Doomfall this thing? Swing for 6, swing for 8. I guess 3 more damage. That's a lot of damage. Alright. Opponent plays Ayli, Primal Storm. So I guess it's time to Inferno Titan this thing, abrade it for the rest of the 3 damage so that they're not trading, and then Tangle Wire after combat. Get that thing out of the way. And then Tangle Wire should close the game out. I guess we'll leave open one of each color, just because it's technically correct. There shouldn't be much they can do with 4 mana. It could have done, actually, potentially 2 extra damage with Inferno Titan. There was not really any reason to keep mana up. Let's do that correctly. Guess we'll tap 2 just in case. We'll tap 2 mountains because we have more of those. And Thoughtseize, I guess. See what's in your hand. Might have an Aetherize or something like that. Omniscience. Wow. Opponent's going big. I guess we'll just take that thing and swing. I don't think there's... We've seen their hand. There's no reason to pump up the Titan. And that should do it. Alright, there we go. Alright, got another game. I am on the play. Playing against Thraxamundar. Just thinking about this commander. I'm going to keep this hand. Anka Mishra, probably going to be pretty good against somebody with a 7-mana commander. There might have been some benefit to keeping up Burst Lightning. Alright, opponent just has Temple of Deceit. So no need to worry about... Oh, they're not playing green anyways. For some reason I thought Thraxamundar had green in it. So no mana elves. Maybe some artifacts. But a turn 1-2 on the play, Anka Mishra. Pretty good. Weird art for this one. Kind of like the old art for Anka Mishra. But I like new border cards. And I got a Preordain. Smash to Smithereens is my draw for the turn. Might be pretty good. Oh. Forgot about that damage. That's fine. Almost certainly going to hurt my opponent more than me. So, playing that instead of Liliana. Go ahead and auto yield to that. Vial Smasher gonna live? You guys gonna... Alright. Or a Planeswalker they control. That's interesting. So this is 2 damage to any target. If it's kicked. So I can swing. They block. I play Scab Clan or I play Liliana. His haste. Let's deal with that thing. I'm going to attack them. Cast a non-creature spell. So yeah, it's pretty good if they let the Scab Clan Berserker go through. And they can make another token if they want. But I'm going to be able to deal with Duretti because of Vial Smasher. They decided to let Duretti live. The Berserker takes up. They don't have any artifacts with which to activate Duretti, and they don't have enough loyalty. Alright, they made another token. Another damage from a land. What do we got here? We got Thran Dynamo. Alright. I got an answer to that in my hand. Alright, Chain Lightning, pretty good as well. Smash to Smithereens, just do that pre-combat. Damage to Duretti. And do 3 damage to them. And then swing. Not going to worry about the 1/1 in the way at all. And say go. Opponent plays Cavern of Souls, naming Zombie, takes 2 more damage. What we got here? I don't know how many answers there are. Slave of Bolus, gain control of the target creature, and then sacrifice it. Okay. But they took damage. They took a lot of damage from it, actually. Alright, Fiery Confluence is super duper good. Let's attack. Alright, they didn't block. I don't see this Hero of Ox... Well, I don't see the Inferno Titan being played. So I'm going to tick up and discard the Inferno Titan. Hopefully we can draw a land eventually. Because even if they deal with Vial Smasher, Fiery Confluence just kills them. I guess technically Chain Lightning just kills them. So, shouldn't be many answers left. Playing land comes really close to killing them. And they decided to Death by Flooded Strand, which is an honorable way to go, I think. And that I win. I got a game. I'm on the draw. Playing against Akroma, so this Blood Moon isn't very good. I'm going to keep this anyways. Not sure if it's right. Well, I drew Thoughtseize, so I could Thoughtseize pre-Vial Smasher to see if he lives, but then I can't play it for 2 more turns. I'm going to Soul Ring. Not sure how good Soul Ring is in the deck, really. A Mox Diamond might be better. Alright. Do I play that after Vial Smasher? I'm going to play that after Vial Smasher. Even if... I mean, I'd rather have that killed than Vial Smasher, but... we'll see what happens. Pilgrim's Eye. Don't mind seeing that. Alright, they reveal a mountain. So let's go ahead and hero it up. Battle Cry. And we'll Thoughtseize our opponent and take a Price of Progress that does nothing. Alright. Well, I'm stuck with the Blood Moon, they're stuck with the Price of Progress. Got a pretty big Rakdos return here. Opponent just says go. And we got a Swamp. Let's attack. Maybe I should have cast Angler pre-combat, just in case they killed. But I think we know that there's just mountains, so I'm gonna go for damage with the Rakdos return. So I'm gonna go for a bigger one at a later turn. Although my opponent's at 5 now, so they're dead to the Rakdos return next turn. Yeah, okay, they're never able to get off the ground. So I don't know if this is the correct shell for the deck, but there are definitely some good elements here. I don't think the Pyrostatic Pillar belongs in the deck. There's just too much potential. This mana curve, everything's way too cheap, and there's too much potential for me to kill myself. And then Soul Ring, I don't know about. It was a little awkward. It's definitely not as great as it is in other decks. Maybe a Mox Diamond might be alright, although the deck's kind of strangled on mana anyways, but still Mox Diamond might be pretty good. And then the 6 mana spells are really great when they resolve, but I don't know how often that happens. So maybe, I don't know, there's only 2 of them. So maybe keep them around. They're really great when they resolve. And then with Teferi and Azami being some of the leading decks in the format, maybe Stranglehold, Ruination, Magus the Moon, Blood Moon aren't necessarily, you know, I mean, there's still like Kess and other decks that you can just shut down with those kind of cards, but you really don't want to end up with dead cards against those other decks. So maybe just, you know, like a straight land destruction kind of thing, like the Fulminator Mage was alright. You know, strangling your opponent on mana, just hitting their lands. You know, I never drew the Sinkhole, but there's a Sinkhole in there, and then there's a Molten Rain, and maybe just a Stone Rain, just a literal Stone Rain or something like that. Avalanche Ratters, you know, those kind of things might be a little bit better than these situational cards that in matches where you don't want to see them, they're really bad. And I mean, I was playing in the just for fun room, and there were a lot of monocolor decks, so maybe that was a bad example. But you know, if you saw these cards against Teferi, you're probably gonna lose because you're just drawing dead cards, and that's not something you can afford to do. Maybe some artifact hate, like maybe more artifact hate. There's a lot of artifacts going around, and you know, Abrade and Smash to Smithereens, and Culligan's Command were really great, but there were a couple of times where I actually needed more of those. So maybe cutting those cards and then adding in the other things. So, I mean, there's some things that can be switched around. I think it's a decent deck. It's, you know, it's not going to work against some decks. It's probably not, you know, top tier or anything like that. But it can definitely catch opponents on the back foot and end the game before they get a chance to really do much of anything. So I enjoyed playing it, and thank you for watching. Have a good one.